you at, fool?
Welcome back to Team Fat Kid Choose the Fat. It is Monday. I am Jason.
This is Alex.
This is Dennis.
Dooley had to work today, but
Sans Dooley.
So we'll see how quick Dennis is on the draw, getting all the shots fired and everything. But we have a surprise today. This was kind of a quick one. We got in touch with Rolling Indulgence from season 10 of the Great Food Truck Race. We actually had the same truck.
Whoa! Stop ruining surprises.
Okay.
This is conversation for later.
All right, so let me go ahead and get them on the phone, and let's do this damn thing. All right, guys, we got Chef Ballard from Rolling Indulgence on the line. Hey, Chef, how are you doing?
Good. How are you guys doing?
Doing well, sir. All right, so, Chef, we know you were in season 10. We got a lot of questions for you. But this is our actual first conversation. Like, we've been following each other on social media for a while, and you do have epic burgers, and we're going to get into that, because I think that is kind of like how like our worlds collide is in the burger business. Right. I mean, like the things you post up there, man, those things, like I want them every day. Like that's kind of like my whole. That's if I was a sandwich, I would be a burger. All right.
I feel the same way, man. That's my favorite thing.
All right, so we're gonna just get to the chase, man. How the hell did you end up on the Great Food Truck Race?
Man, so I've been working in the kitchen for the last about 10 years, just being a pirate, grinding it out every day. And I worked my way up to executive chef. And, once you get there, you run a bunch of people, and your job becomes...
you got a delay. Hold on,
hold on, writing, fast, more schedule, more baby.
You had a little bit of a delay there.
Start.
Okay.
Yeah, I hate to do it, but start over because, we lost you.
Modern technology, sir.
I know, man.
All right, so you were grinding out as a pirate. That's where we lost you.
Yeah, so, I spent a long time in the kitchen, spent a lot of years in the kitchen, and I worked my way up to executive chef. And when I got to that level, I was cooking and I was having fun, but the job became less and less, actually cooking and more babysitting and more filling in schedules and working off no-call, no-shows and that kind of thing. And I wasn't a huge fan of it. So, I've been a fan of the Great Food Truck Race for a long time. It seems like a super fun show. I think anybody who's cooked for a long time, their ultimate dream is to open their own thing.
Right.
I grew up as a military brat, so I've traveled around the country my entire life. I've never actually lived anywhere for more than 2.5 years until recently. So I knew I wanted to travel. I knew a brick and mortar I wasn't ready to set somewhere, So I saw the Great Food Truck Race, and I was just scrolling through Facebook one day. I saw the casting call for it, and I was like, let's just write something up for this. Let's create a concept, create a team and everything. And I spent, 2-3 hours just creating this stupid little bio and everything.
Oh, like the 60 questions?
Yeah,
it's like you got to type out paragraphs. Like that was.
Man, it took a long time, and like you're thinking of things you've never thought of before.
Right.
You know what I mean? Kind of Johnny on the spot.
Yeah.
But I threw it together. You know. But then honestly, it took a year before they even responded, and I completely forgot I even submitted for the show.
Yep, we did the same thing, man.
Yeah, it was one of those things that you submit and it's like, oh, that'd be cool.
Yeah,
let's send it away, and got the call one day for interview number 1 at 7.
Right.
That's pretty much how it happened. I had a dream to be on a food truck, and if that could be a 1 in a trillion chance that I got on the show, why the heck not?
My wife asked that question because, like, when we filled out she actually filled out the application. I was on the phone with Alex and Dooley, like, trying to get their bios and all that crap together, and I was like,
he couldn't type straight.
Yeah, no, like I was drunk. I'm not gonna lie.
I feel it.
It was like I was surprised because I was just clearing emails, and I was actually going to the bathroom. I was like, you know what, I'm gonna take a deuce and clear these emails. And I was halfway to the bathroom, I was like, holy shit, man, they hit me back. Like, Food Network hit me back. And, like, so we started this, like, typing up the whole resume, we'll call it. And then my wife is like, how many people do you think are filling this out? Like, what are the odds of you landing on this show? And I was like, look, man, let's fill it out and see what happens. And then, like, when you get that phone call, like, let's do a
goosebumps.
Yeah, can we do a FaceTime interview? I think it was Skype. Like, let's do a Skype interview.
It was casting dude in Skype.
Yeah, like that whole thing. I was like, damn, man, we actually made it into like the smaller pot.
Right, and then you're still like, there's still no fucking way.
Yeah,
but
right.
maybe, you know what I mean? It'd be how many people just get to sit in front of a computer and do a casting call
Right.
with somebody? So it's like, fuck it, let's do this.
Well,
Yeah,
you're
ask
not
questions
even
anyway.
talking to like our producer at that point. You're still talking to like
no,
a
nobody.
casting agency. Like it's
You're
just like,
talking about
you're in
some
selection. Whatever.
Some
Do
dude
I
who
need
works
to wear
5
pants?
offices away.
So
right.
on
Yeah,
the
I had
note-
no idea.
On the note of filling out the application and like doing you said it, you forgot about it for a year. Now, like, what about Jess and Travis? Like, first off, how
Dude,
did you guys know each other? Like,
Dude, I didn't even tell them. I
yeah,
didn't even
exactly. Yes.
I just put you guys on the
Yeah.
list. I didn't tell you shit.
Dude, totally. And I got another dude because they made you fill out like
the backup.
like the backup. I didn't tell them at all. I knew that no matter what, I was taking Jess.
Did our
and I
backup
knew-
ever know?
Yeah. I actually
you
reached
did
out.
finally. You did. All right.
I let him know he was the backup.
Dude, my backup was sitting in our first Skype interview over here, and I was like, "Hey, so do you want the guy on Skype too?" And he's like, "No fucking way." So I was like, "Oh man, you can't be here." So we had to listen in. It's like these dudes are about to go on their dream. You know what I mean? It's like I'm just sitting here. All right,
Alternate
somebody gets
one.
sick.
Alternate
Right.
one.
Hey, if you don't want to do it, man, I'm in.
So like, how did you like know Jess and Travis though? Like, did you guys work
So-
together? Like, what's the backstory
So
there?
Jess is my fiance. Now she's my fiance. We actually got engaged. I don't know if you watch the show, but our part of the story was we got engaged 4 hours after the Food Network called us in New York City.
Shit.
Nice.
It was just,
Well, that's a hell of an engagement day, sir.
it was the fucking day. That's
Yeah,
probably why
let's
she
go.
said. That's why she said yes. and
Oh, is
so
that
convinced.
all it was? Like, you
about to be
I mean,
oh my
you know
God,
what I
we
mean?
got on the
We're about to go on the Food Network. Yeah, I'll take it for a little while. You know,
Yes.
but
At
so me
least
and
for the
Jess-
next 6 years, bro.
Once you
Right.
get rich, I'm taking 50%.
I'm gone. She's smart. She's a smart cookie. That's why I'm with her. We met about 8 years ago in California, and she had never left California. She was about 21, and she was ready to kind of travel, you know, because I had spent my life doing that around the U.S. and stuff. So she wanted to get a piece of it a little bit. So we called my parents out in South Dakota, and was like, "Hey, can we come live out there for a little while? Just see what happens. You know, we want to come play." They would just move to the Black Hills of South Dakota. So we went out there. So we lived in Black Hills, South Dakota, and I ran this like diner. I was a cook in this diner, and I worked my way up to like run this like 50s diner thing, Arnold's Diner in Rapid City. But it was super tourist-based, you know, place. So we were only busy for like 4 months out of the year. People come to Mount Rushmore and everything.
Was
then-
was it like an open, like old school, like you're like the
Oh, dude,
counter, the counter, and
neon
you're
lights
cooking
and
on the
everything.
other side?
The Corvettes, the counter and shit.
Yeah.
And, like, you're looking out. Yeah.
That's
But it's
fucking
super
awesome.
Native American up there. So like your clientele is a little bit different on the off season. You know, like for this 8 months, 9 months, it's just slow. Like nobody visits South Dakota in the middle of wintertime. It was dead.
No shit.
So
I wonder
after
why.
right. I don't blame you. So Jess became a server at Arnold's, and that's where his very first job in the industry was serving there. And then I had lived in Ohio when my parents were stationed at Wright Pat for like 2 years, and I'd worked at this fine dining steakhouse, Carver's. Carver's it's like a fine dining steakhouse right outside Dayton, Ohio, privately owned. And I was an essay there, a bus boy, and then I worked my way up to salads, and then I left. Well, so I called my old GM, and I'm like, hey, you know, my restaurant's doing real bad out here in South Dakota. Can we come out to Ohio? He said, sure. When do you want to start? So I came out there, and I was a bar back, and from over the last 7 years, worked from bar back to executive chef. Well, Jess came in as a server, and for the last
So
same
she was
amount of
making
time-
more money than you.
Oh, way more, dude. Like it's not even.
I just
She
want to
works
give credit.
four.
Though. That's a hell of a jump from bar back to executive chef. Like Jess was probably making more money, but that's a hell of a jump, sir. I want to give you credit. Like,
Well, to be
Yeah, but
honest,
now
it
she's
was,
the restaurant manager and he's still the executive chef.
anybody who moves up in kitchen knows that. You know what I mean? Just put all that money aside, put all that free time on the side on the shit for a little while. If you can make it one day, if your dream can become a reality, it'll all be worth it.
Right.
You know what I mean? But no, Jess is sitting here working 4 or 5 hours a night, 4 days a week, just banking it. I'm working 80 hours a week, slaving away. And she's like, you want to go out? Hey, I can't even move right now. I'm pulling a double. Like, so yeah, no. But she's been training the front of the house. So she's got that kind of skill, that
Charisma.
personality skill. Yeah, exactly. And she's my fiance, and she was so I knew that I kind of wanted to do the teammate thing. For one, I knew I couldn't take her on an adventure without her getting super mad, so the option wasn't to leave her. You know what I mean? Because she knew that she had these skills, so it was like that was a no-brainer. And Travis has been my friend since 2010. He's a head bartender. He worked down in Miami and he worked down in Florida for a little while bartending at Capitol Grill, and came up and worked at Carver's, the same steakhouse that we worked at. And he's that guy. He's that people just have it when they go out and they can talk to people and sell it. You know what I mean? Travis is that guy. He's got it. So I knew that Travis was my number one, and he was my roommate at the time. So this whole story was we're all roommates. We're all working at the same restaurant.
When you say at the time of applying, or at the time you got the reply?
Well, both, to be honest.
Okay,
The time I filled it out, the time I got the reply, and now we all still live in the same house. It's a lot bigger house now, so we can have the food truck here and everything. But we all still live together. It's kind of the team to save rent and, you know.
Oh, yeah, I get it.
Smart.
So, speaking of trucks, we're going to change topics a little bit here.
Yeah.
What did you think of the truck on the show?
Oh,
like when you first.
Okay, no, time out. Here you go. That's a good thing. When I first saw it, okay, this is dope. This is super sweet. I've never seen my own we're aspiring food truck owners, right? So I've never had my own food truck, and the idea that this is mine for the next however long, no, super dope. Loved it. Walked in, stainless steel. You know, we had that door walking in. I was like, this is kind of cool. This is a sweet kitchen. Now, day 2, well, what the fuck, man? You're telling me we don't have a freezer? You're telling me that ice just goes in this big friggin' thing right here, and where do you put stuff at? You know, so one by little bit by little, and then you talk to Eddie, and you know,
I fucking love Eddie.
I love Eddie. He's still a great friend. Talk to him probably twice a week. But you realize that these trucks are war machines. They've been around the block. You know, our trucks just came from New Hampshire and Vermont, so all the water all the water pipes blew. So you try to put initially put 30 gallons in there, and we're just watching it leak out the bottom. Nothing you can do. Like, it's just basically what Eddie said. So it's like we're going around this whole trip with no water in our tanks. You know, it's a fryer that kind of barely works when it wants to, flat top that has a mind of its own. Like,
yeah, you had to mess with those dials to find the sweet spot. Like
they did, like, off was on. You know what I mean? Sometimes and it's like if you're on
one knob was backwards. Like it's.
And it's when you're in the moment, you know what I mean, and you're going and going and going, like that doesn't just, okay, shit, I got to spend an extra minute on it. You're not about that, you know what I mean?
So obviously something we've kind of touched on already is that we use the same truck on the show.
Right. Yeah,
exactly. That's what like when the commercial first aired with us on the show, you commented on our post like, holy shit, you guys have our truck. And that's like how like I started following you. I mean, like, I did watch the season that you were in. I've watched every season. I mean, I've watched it from the beginning. But you don't go
and just follow every single truck on every single season. You know what I mean?
But, like, you guys, like, Rolling Indulgence was like, yo, I would totally, like, that's the truck that I would go order from. Like, the platform.
We didn't know, man. So, like, I created this concept and this brand for the show. It was my dream brand. You know, I was working as executive chef in somebody else's brand, somebody else's restaurant. And I'm loyal. I still am to this day. I love Carver's. I love that concept. I love that family. I still go and help them all the time. But to start my own thing, I didn't know exactly what I wanted it to be. So it actually went in as this gourmet sandwich truck that was going to do burgers on the side and paninis and flatbreads and all this kind of thing is what I really wanted to kind of do and work more with skirt steak and that kind of thing.
Right. But then you didn't have a char grill.
You adapt to the truck. I mean,
real quick, man, real quick. Like my menu the first week and the second week are okay. I got to get this, like, and money, right? And you realize that I didn't. For some reason, I'm an idiot. I watched all these seasons. I didn't account for loaves and just straws and napkins, and I knew I had to buy them. But when you actually walk in there and realize that they don't have any small size at all, that huge thing of spoons is going to last you a couple weeks. But what if you don't make it a couple weeks?
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, am I going to spend $30 on this big ass thing instead of having to adjust your menu like that? And it changed my concept. And what came out of the great food truck race is now what I have. It's now the concept that was built. So before the show, completely different concept, or not completely, but super altered. And now we have burgers and fries. You know?
I want to jump. This isn't on the questionnaire, but like I've followed you guys for a while. I want to talk like about the Monte Cristo. Like, you guys were crushing the Monte Cristo, but then you yoked it off the menu because
it was too popular.
You couldn't keep up.
So I
know a Monte Cristo, like, you should wrap it and let it rest overnight so it sticks together when you batter it and deep fry it. So I can only imagine trying to do that, like, in the criteria of the show. Like,
Right.
how do you even accomplish that in the first place? But then, like, you're slaying it, and you're like, damn, but we got to take this bitch off the menu.
Travis and Jess, I miscalculated how quick prep time was going to be. You know what I mean? I thought there was going to be a little bit more prep time.
Yeah,
I didn't realize.
I agree.
It was go, 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 go. And when it's go, 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 you usually have 2 or 3 awesome cooks that, hey, bro, cut that, do that, do that. Well, Jess and Travis, unfortunately, have so much front of the house skill. They have very little back of the house skill. So when I tried for the first, and you don't really see it on camera, but I had tried to have Travis or Jess do this. And it was just, I love them to death, but slow and slow and slow. And that truck's already, knee deep or whatever.
Right.
And the batter's
And
whatever.
your shit's not even open yet.
Exactly. And I'm still over here cutting fruit or whatever. I'm doing whatever I need to do because I need that fat. So the Monte Cristo, that first episode, so they didn't show you the challenge part, but we got in second. It was basically us and that street corn that beat us out. But we could not keep up. It was just the only thing.
Was that the one? Were you guys running on the pier for that one? Was that
Myrtle Beach? That was Myrtle Beach. Yeah. So there was a challenge that started off the thing, and then we ran that Monte Cristo for those 2 days. But it was the only thing that was ordered. No fries, no burgers, no anything. I ran an Eggs Benedict, nothing. And it was just that Monte Cristo. And they formed this thing, and I couldn't keep up. And then I tried it like one time the second day, and it was the only thing I sold out within like 30 minutes, which was awesome. It's the only thing that got us out of Myrtle Beach,
right.
But by that second day, we lost probably 20, 30 people because I couldn't make them. I didn't have the time. I didn't have the batter made up, and then I was out doing this. And if you know anything about frying Monte Cristos like that, like you said, you have to see them overnight. If you do them on the fly like that, that batter just goes apart in that fry, dude. And so you're cleaning it out almost every Cristo, right?
Would you like some funnel cake?
I got this beer kettle,
and that's what turned into the funnel cake. That's exactly
right.
that batter is the funnel cake, which turned it. So that was just the adapter.
And you were like stuffing it with like berries, right? Like a
berries, and I would make a Melba sauce, compote, powdered sugar, and you try to make it more than just a funnel cake. But it went in this little cup, so you could just scoop it out and eat it straight out of the cup.
And you can eat the dish.
And you can eat the dish. But you're also in Florida, man, and that shit was hot, dude. So like your whipped cream would just die almost instantly off the truck. So it made this inside the cup. It just made it like a river down the funnel cake, which was pretty cool looking, but soggy as hell.
Yeah.
So, how did you guys come up with the name Rolling Indulgence?
Like well, evidently it was just him.
Well,
I said you guys because I didn't know.
No, it's a team. I
didn't know if everybody was going to be on the Zoom call, so these questions are going to be generalized to the group.
Well, I can have Jess. Jess is kind of doing little things. Travis he's on vacation.
No, man, you're good. Like, I mean, if Jess wants to jump in, that's fine. But
yeah, for sure.
Like, so like Rolling Indulgence. Like, how did you come up with it? Like, so you pitched that name to the Food Network?
I pitched 3 names, to be honest, and they asked us to.
Okay.
They said, "Do you have your own brand first?" And I said, "No, I have an idea for a brand." And then they said, "Okay, pitch 3 ideas for it." And I said, "Well, I kind of have an idea for it, you know what I mean? But I'll come up with 2, maybe others that I've been toying around with, right? Because I don't own it, Rolling Indulgence yet." It was the Guilty Glutton.
I like it.
I like that.
Rolling Indulgence and Diddly Umptious.
Diddly Umptious.
Dude, I like Diddly Umptious
Right,
because I was gonna make that like just a crazy dessert fucking like breakfast truck. It was dessert and breakfast.
We're gonna have to have like a road trip weekend and hang out. That's all I'm saying.
Oh, dude, I'm super down.
Just off the name.
I talked to him. I was like, "Well, you can drive down." He's like, "I'm down for a road trip.
I mean,
like,
we
you
can
want to
make
come
this
hang
happen.
out?"
We can make
But
this happen.
that's kind of my thing, man. I'm a traveling guy. I'm the type of person that if I'm going to Cali, which I'm from Cali, I go to California a lot, and I live in Ohio. I rent a car and we drive every time. Like I don't fly. We do the road trip. We see cool things on the way, and I got family in Colorado, Wyoming, South Dakota, so we make a road trip every time. So no, going out to Virginia Beach, and if you don't know, Medea Made, another truck on our show, is from Virginia Beach.
Yes, we were stoked like when we got accepted, but then like the season came out and I was like, fuck, man, another truck from Virginia Beach has already been on the damn show. I thought we were the first ones. Like I was like, dude, we're gonna slay it in this market. And like, damn it, Medea Made already fucking did it. Like,
but dude, that's exactly what happened to us, man. So, but it turns out they aired it different. Like,
yeah, they filmed. You were filmed after season
11.
but then so you came out first, and then the 10 season was 11, and then
there's
we were
a
12.
truck 20 minutes from us, Magical Mystery Heroes, which competed on season 11, and we're the first trucks from Southern Ohio, and they filmed first, so they had to keep it under wraps. They couldn't tell anybody and everything. So when ours aired, it was like, hey, here we are. So we became Dayton's first, great food truck race, and I felt super bad kind of because it was like, well, these guys just did this shit 6 months before us,
right?
You know what I mean? But yeah, no, so they're from right down the road. But no, I would love to come to Virginia Beach. That'd be awesome. For one, it's the beach, and I love the ocean, and I want to see Medea Maid and you guys. It'd be wicked.
We can make it a good time,
dude. You can work on our truck.
I'm in, dude. I'm in.
Screw
Eddie.
You can play hops roulette with us. All right, look, let's talk about beer instead of the truck.
I'm working EDC with Eddie. Eddie invited me to work EDC with him this October if it still happens.
That's awesome.
I'm just slanging tacos all day. That's what he said. Get prepared to slang tacos for 14.
While we're on the subject,
getting back to trucks, yeah.
While we're on the subject of how there were the other trucks that happened before you, your design on your current truck, your actual truck, is a lot different from the show. I mean, the show. What did you think about the design on the show, and how did you come up with the idea for your actual design?
So one of the biggest things I think we all learned on the show was you got to have something. When you're sitting with for us, it was 9 trucks at the beginning. When you're sitting with 9 trucks and you see that line, what pops? You know what I mean? Which one of those trucks doesn't stand out by cuisine or by brand, but what just I'm looking at that truck. And I loved our truck. I loved the design. I liked the little bar stools, but it was basic. For me, it was basic.
It was white. It was
little polka dots everywhere. You know what I mean? It was good for TV. It was good. It was good for them. It was whatever worked for them. My design was a lot different than that. My design was a lot kind of closer to what I have now, but it was too much, right? It was too much. They did
too busy for them. You think too much money? Too much money in the production,
right? I mean, too many colors, right? If you design a wrap, you get paid by colors and that kind of thing. So I think
we know,
right? So it was a color thing. But I knew that when I wanted to design my own wrap, for one, I did the research and figured out that, oh my God, these wraps actually last for a long freaking time. They're durable. So if it was a one-time investment thing, I knew it was going to last. And it's a show. If you have your own truck, it's your entire brand. Right. Restaurants, you walk into a foyer and you get blown away by the foyer because they got pictures everywhere. Then you walk to the table and they got what.
Oh, we lost
they got
you.
TV.
Yeah.
Food truck doesn't have all that. Food truck is what it is when it parks there. So I knew that I wanted the food truck just to be as poppy as it could, as flashy as it could. I wanted people just to get mesmerized kind of by it. And I have lights on there and everything.
Yeah.
So I worked with this graphic designer. Eddie actually put me in touch. A guy down in Brazil, and he's awesome dude. And we came up with this concept, and when I saw it, I was blown away by it kind of all together. And it was like, this is it.
I want to say that I like your design way better than the design on the show.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
I think
a lot more work went into that one.
I think you have a point. The design they make is good for TV. It works for what it is.
For sure.
It works for what it is.
I had to wear lays around my neck, dude. I don't wear lays.
Seriously, bro, you don't do that? You don't do that every day?
Not every day.
Don't kill the brand, bro.
So, all right. So, speaking about wearing lays on the show, I'm sure this wasn't your favorite experience on the show, but what was your favorite experience on the show?
Oh, bro, the people. No, there's no doubt. It blew my mind. You go on TV, and it's TV. But, I've never been on TV. I don't know if you guys have before that, but I've been on local news, but I've never been on that level of TV. So I had no idea what to expect. I didn't know if I was going with hot heads, and honestly, a bunch of LA dudes, bunch of these LA, I don't know who they are. I don't know if they're super lefty. I don't know.
Right.
I have no idea I don't know. So I don't know if I'm going to mesh, and I know how big of a scale it is. I know there's going to be 100 people there. So it's man, what?
The production crew is seriously way bigger than we'll call us the talent.
Sure. We're small, right?
Yeah,
we're small little pieces.
There's 3 of you on a truck, but then there's
5 people.
5 people following you around,
running your team, and then you got Photo Village, and there's another 8 people in there. Then you got people just showing up who work for whoever.
Yeah, in the tent, and then they got the Food Network camera crew hops in and
right, man. So those were the people I was a little bit more. more cautious. I was more a little nervous of, I guess. I wasn't nervous about the cast members because I thought we were going to be so secluded. But it turns out of everybody on the entire show, I didn't not get along with one person. Not only not get along with them, I made friends for life. Oh. And that was the biggest takeaway for me. My producer, Mike, my Daryl from NOLA Creations, Brunch Babe. There's so many people that I'm going to talk to forever.
Yeah, Panda's the man.
Panda's
dude.
dope. All right.
Landry. Yeah.
So you've just
Landry.
we love Landry. You just said some great fucking things, but now I want to cause some controversy. Who was your least favorite team, or I'll give you an out here. Who is your biggest competition?
I'll answer both of them, to be honest. I'm friends with all my teammates, and we all kind of know. Biggest competition was no doubt, and I said it from the start. The biggest competition culinary-wise was Daryl at NOLA Creations and Tyrell. Those two combinations together were amazing. Tyrell was from New York. He had cooked all over the country. He was Daryl's sous chef in a nice restaurant. So they already had that dynamic, and they were great front-of-the-house people. And he could cook. Chef Daryl worked for Legacy. You know what I mean? He's got the resume.
Yeah. He has a resume, and I'm reaching out to him next. I want to talk to you first, but I'm gonna hit the rest of the teams from your show.
Yeah,
we're gonna try.
We're gonna try. We'll see if they're
I
up
got
to
you.
it.
I got you, bro. I got you. They're all about it. Brunch Babes just got their truck like a couple weeks ago.
I saw
and
that,
smashing it. Yeah. But so NOLA Creations was by far the biggest culinary challenge. And I said it day one, Brunch Babes had the best brand. You got three pretty hot blondes sitting on a beach, selling food, doing jumping jacks, selling breakfast food. It's a no-brainer. I want to go try that truck.
Yeah, I love tater tots.
Me too, especially loaded up, bro. Are you kidding me? In NOLA, like I love the concept of Louisiana food. I go down to the South on vacation just to eat food like that. So the idea of going down to Florida,
Just a heads up, we might lose you in a couple of minutes. We'll resend you. Just
like while we're here,
we got the warning.
While we're here, let's Dennis hit the button. This podcast is brought to you in affiliation with Stitcher Podcast Radio. Head on over to Stitcher.com/premium and sign up today for only $4.99 a month. Use promo code TeamFatKid for get 1 month absolutely free. Stream and download all your favorite podcasts, such as this one, Team Fat Kid Choose the Fat, Conan O'Brien Needs a Friend, My Favorite Murder, Wolverine, The Lost Trail, Alex's Favorite, Bitch Sesh. You get the Fantasy Footballers, Science Rules with Bill Nye, and many, many more. We're talking 21,000 premium hours of podcasting. That is 2.4 years. You get all the bonus episodes. Get the ad-free shows. You get Dooley's favorite 300-plus comedy albums. You can check out all the new releases before they come out. And just remember, all you have to do is head on over to Stitcher.com/premium. Sign up and use the promo code TeamFatKid. Test it out for a month absolutely free on us. Thank you for listening. We'll talk to you guys in a little bit. So, yeah, man, I really want to get in touch with the other teams from, I communicate with them on social media, just like I communicate with you. But we're not friends. We're cool.
Right.
I mean,
yeah, we're cool.
We're getting to know each other right now. It's a blind date.
This is it, man.
All right. Here's another good question for you. What did you think of Tyler Florence?
Wow, man.
Yeah. Well,
so I spent 38 days on this thing, man. So I had my perspective changed on Tyler throughout the thing. At first, you're starstruck a little bit at the very beginning of it, like, whoa, there he is. You know what I mean?
Jason can relate.
Yeah, I'm a huge fan.
Yeah, me too, man. That's the thing. It's like take the TV show out of it. I like his talent. I'm from the Bay Area. I love his restaurant out there. Like. He's just a great chef. But so I saw him and it was like, okay, I guess that's Tyler. You know what I mean? And you're starstruck the first week and you're not even really thinking about it because you really only see him for what?
Yeah, a couple minutes.
Hours.
Yeah, like you don't have a lot of interaction.
There's almost zero. He says hi for the very first time, and then after that, I think he just wants to see who makes it and who could kind of survive after that.
Who has the chops?
Exactly, and he knows that teams are he's gonna meet somebody, and then 2 days later they're gonna be gone.
Right.
And then 4 days later, 5 days later, another 3 people are gonna be gone. So I think he kind of waits on there. He told me almost right away that Rolling Indulgence, he didn't know what it was week 1. He had no idea what it was. He didn't know if it was rolled food, and that didn't even cross my head. Rolling Indulgence came up with the idea because it was rolling food truck. You know what I mean? It's indulgent food. So it was okay, we're rolling. And it's let's get rolling. It's a great food truck race. Let's get rolling. So it's like every time they say that, they're shouting us out. And forever on, they're shouting us out because that's our name. You know what I mean? On Twitter, every time he says it, I'm like, "What's up?" Like,
yeah. You called?
But yeah, exactly. I do it all the time. I'm pretty sure he hates it now. But so he says, "Oh man, I thought it was going to be rolled food." And it's like, Tyler, why would you think it's going to be rolled food, man? Like, I get it now that why he would think that. So he told me to do egg rolls. He says, okay, we're in the South, so I want your truck to be an egg roll truck. And this was week 1. And it threw me for a freaking loop, man. It was like, all right, well, I get we're down South, so if I just do egg rolls now, like, that's what people think we are, but now we're going to Hilton Head, which is South Carolina, which is the South, South Carolina.
Yeah, that's South.
I lived in Myrtle Beach. I know exactly where Hilton Head is. Like, you're going
Turns
south.
out,
yeah.
I'm a West Coast kid, man. I haven't been on the South like this, and I vacationed once or twice here before. So turns out egg rolls are super friggin' popular down South. Didn't know that. I thought that was like a foreign thing. They love them in the South. Huge thing. So I go in and I make a Bang Bang Shrimp egg roll week 2, and it does. It does. But Tyler comes in now, and his next response is, hey, okay, I see what you were talking about last week with Rolling Indulgence. Now, I'm not really thinking egg rolls anymore. I'm thinking like you should do milkshakes and burgers and everything. I'm just sitting here like, dude, like, that's what I was on the first.
With me, man.
Like, right, bro. And I don't have a freezer. So I tell Tyler, it's like, I love the milkshake idea. I love that concept. I don't have a blender and I don't have a freezer. And he's all about these milkshakes. And I was on the show for 7 weeks. And until I left, one of his final words were me, get freaking milkshakes. And that lasted for 7 weeks. He tells me to do milkshake.
Yo, that birthday milkshake though.
Oh, bro, they're fired. Our business is milkshake. I mean, we bang out. We go to a pool, we bang out these big ass milkshakes. Burgers or fries are kind of awesome on the side, but people care about those milkshakes.
Rolling Indulgence, the milkshake business.
Exactly. Like it's. You ever heard of black?
The food cost on that has to be amazing.
It's incredible, and honestly, that's why that the brand for me is I want to wow people, and if it costs me a little bit more money to wow people, instead of just putting ice cream in a cup with whatever, I'll spend money on Airheads, and I'll spend money on Andes, and I'll make this shit extravagant. You know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, my food cost is still pretty freaking small. Yeah, dude, make it something you remember. That's kind of the concept right now. But yeah, so by week 7 or 8, or by week I'd say 4, Tyler gets more personal. You know what I mean? He's tired too. He's got to be tired at that point too. He's traveling all over. Guess he's going this way.
Yeah, he's going to all these delicious restaurants on the fucking East Coast.
Oh man,
sitting down,
must be tough.
It's like eating free food. It's got to be tough.
but he gets more personal when the cameras weren't rolling and everything's recorded. But when people weren't actually listening, he'd get more personal with us, and he gave us recommendations that we could actually use and ideas. And it's like, all right, man, I get that, and I do this. And then he became more of a person. And when he became more of a person for me, then that's what it was like, all right, you're fucking awesome. You're just a dude. You're just a dude who's making it. Like, that's it. Like, you're exhausted. I get it. You know what I mean? And you see probably thousands of us, I know you do, that want to be chefs, want to be you know what I mean? So now I respect him, but he's also a character. You know what I mean? I realize it's a character. He's playing
do it for the drone.
Do it for the drone.
Yeah, do it for the drone, bro. Dude, those are listen. That you guys know that was the coolest Tyler Florence that nobody on the planet gets to see.
Do it for the drone.
When we're doing aerial footage and it's just us on the beach, nobody else away.
Yeah, just he's telling you stories, moving his hands for the drone that has nothing to do. But he's just talking to you like a human being.
You know what it is. I got a sunburn right back here, and I got a personal dick fan. And listen,
you guys don't have a dabber? You got to get a dabber.
Bro, he's got a personal dick fan. Somebody come over here and just give him a fan right down here. And he sits there like, that's a real story.
I love it. I got a question for you talking about Tyler. All right, so, of course, we don't design the trucks. And so, of course, they plaster your name over the doors. and then you open up both doors, and then your sign disappears. Did he give you shit about that? Because we had the same truck, and our shit said Team Fat Kid across the doors, but then like when you open the doors, your name goes away. Did he give you shit about that?
I think he just relied on our arrow. He just saw this arrow, so he just thought of the diner, and then he was forced to say, "Oh, dude." He had to re-say Rolling Indulgence. We'd be doing this whole thing, and he'd have to re-say Rolling Indulgence a lot. And they, tell him, Tyler, you got to re-say it. You know what I mean? So he'd be like, shit. And he'd have to re-say our name because it took him a while for him to, like, get it, and remember it. But he just saw this arrow. Once we remember the arrow, he called us Arrow all the time and shit. Like, or Roll. Like, he made up these little nicknames for us when we didn't actually say our full name. But I don't remember giving us shit for that. I remember giving him shit for a lot of other little things. You know what I mean? All these little detail other things, but not so much the truck. I think he said he liked the bar stools.
I gotta say, like, when the first time, like, we fed Tyler, like, I left shit off the burger.
Oh, and he made it. When he says he left shit off the burger, like, he made it and then presented it.
And then I had to run. Thank God it didn't go on air. And I had to run back in. He's like, it says L-top. I didn't get my fucking L-top. I was like, son of a bitch. He's like, there's supposed to be pickles on this shit. And I was like,
saying you were missing like one out of.
It was like a pickle, and I was like, fuck, man. Damn.
Oh, man.
Jason is a huge Tyler Florence fan, and that moment made me laugh. Like, yeah, I gotta say, like,
I am, man. I am. I'm a huge Tyler Florence fan. But
I get it, dude.
Who isn't? But I mean,
but then, like, I'm feeding the man for the first time, and like, fuck, I left the pickles off the burger.
It's not even that, dude. It was the very first time you were filming. That's amazing.
He wasn't even outside the truck, though. Like, I was the one outside the truck. So he made it, brought it out, and presented it to meet Tyler, and it was just like, yeah, this is fucked up. And he's like, shit, no! It was.
I'll be right back.
He's like, go put that shit on there. I was like, shit, I'm such a dick.
It's a great moment, I gotta say. But I mean, all right. So that brings
it didn't make the air.
Sorry. That's right. Yo, so I had Joe DiMaggio in one of the weeks, and he was doing this the freaking burger challenge. Okay. And it's me and Frankenslides, and we're supposed to be the burger truck.
Right.
We're
going
against a Louisiana truck, a Medea Made truck, and a Brunch Babe truck. So we're supposed to be the burgers. We're in elimination, and he's going over the burgers. And what you don't see on air, just like this, he looks me dead in the eyes and says he would rather eat a shoe than one of my burgers. Dude, Eddie fripped out the whole, like, we had to stop shit because it was like, it just stopped everybody. Tyler's like looking like this, and it was like, that man just, I got red and shit. It was like, what the fuck, bro? What did you say to me? You can't say that shit. Like,
you coming at me, Joe? Let's do this shit.
Coming at me, Joe. Like, I'm so glad that I didn't make it on the air, man.
Until now.
If you had popped him in the face, it would have made it. I'm just saying. Like,
for sure.
And Rolling Indulgence is ejected from the show because he's beating up Joe DiMaggio.
What they don't tell you is
they say about my burger?
They make the fucking sun sit directly in front of your eyes.
Yes.
I can't even see him, dude. I can't even see this. I'm going like this. We wore sunglasses for this exact reason, and they had to tell us all the fucking rolling.
Take them off. You're not allowed. Yeah.
Only Tyler can wear sunglasses.
Yep.
Only Tyler. Hey, but he doesn't have to face the sun either. Yeah. Like, it's so mean.
I'm burning up. Like, I'm sunburned, and like the PA comes by and he's like, man, they didn't give you sunscreen?
All right. So, look, wait. You guys are ruining my fucking segues
Sorry,
here.
Man.
All right?
Sorry, dude.
This is just a natural conversation.
It is. It's beautiful. I love it. But, so, like, man, my segue's gone. I'm just going to read the fucking question.
Yeah, there you go.
How did you feel about the times where it got a little cheesy? It is reality TV, so obviously some of it was staged. Like, we did a lot of retakes where, like, we said some shit, and then they were like, oh, that was beautiful, but the camera wasn't on you. Can you do it again?
Because they can hear what's going on.
And it just
sometimes
like,
the camera's not on the truck.
Oh, hey, say that again.
Yeah, do that again. It's not funny anymore, bitch.
How did you feel about it? Do you feel like it came across okay? Do you feel like it was just like, well, now it's just fucked? Do you feel like, did they show any moments where you had to retake them? Like, I mean.
Oh, for sure. A lot. Travis getting hit in the week one. We got our food truck got hit by Soul Food Club.
Yes! Why you wrecking our truck,
so
bro?
Wait, are you telling me that, wait, did they make the food truck hit you again? Because
they didn't make the food truck hit us again, no. But
I was going to say, that would just be beautiful. Like, fuck it, it's already dented. Let's do it again.
We're leaving, but listen, like, we're all on walkie-talkies and everything, right?
Strap in the window, dude.
we're in the fucking follow car, and fucking, this is literally the very first time any of us have pulled out of the parking. This is the very first parking lot in Myrtle Beach.
Is your producer ducked down in the back seat?
Producers duck down in the back seat.
Yeah.
Ducking is. Well, I take that back. Not at this No, he is, because we're doing a segue right now. He's asking us,
That's right.
hey, guys, where we go?
Yep.
So we're literally pulling out. So he's ducking like this. Well, don't forget, he can hear Travis in this ear,
Yep,
right? He can hear Travis.
I'm sure they regret that sometimes. Trust me, we've had
and
some conversations.
Dude, by week 7 or 8, you lose all give a fucks, and you start saying, you know what I mean? Like, I love Sophie, I love my producer Sophie, I love you, but I'm sorry for whatever I said in the heat of the moment.
Sophie is awesome.
We didn't have Sophie as our producer though.
She was the assistant executive producer.
We would have driven her crazy.
She was for us too, and our producer.
Oh.
And again,
we were lucky enough to have Eric.
Yeah, Eric's one of my favorites.
Eric's
Eric's amazing. But anyway, so Soul Food hits us, and okay, the whole big old thing happens. Well, the initial reaction, because GoPro's not even freaking running right now. They forgot to turn Travis's GoPro on in the truck. So his initial reaction is, what the fuck you doing? Fucking stop. It's crazy. It's a lot crazy. And now, everybody over the walkie. Everybody hold up. And now we got the whole crew's got to get out and film this whole thing and redo Travis's motion.
So, all right, somebody get in front of the truck. Somebody open the door. We need a side shot.
Redo Travis freaking the fuck out.
By the way, Travis, we need you to do it without the 8 fucks that you just said. Can you manage to do that? And maybe
exactly
shits as well. If there's a couple asses, we might be able to air that, but let's try and keep it to a minimum. Like,
you got to think the way this sounded at first. Like, all that's going through Travis's head is we're done.
Yeah,
we're like,
are you
we're
fucking
done.
kidding me? I'm gonna fucking kill you. Fuck you, son of a bitch.
I haven't even got to fucking start, and so Travis loses it. He should. I would have. I think anybody would.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? In that moment, it's not particularly on the driver. It's not just Jacqueline.
Oh, what a horrible time to drop. Hold on.
She had never been in a food truck before.
There it is. Sorry, we lost you for just a moment, but you're back. You're good.
Dude, why are you wrecking my truck, bro?
So that was our redo. That was the biggest redo that they did. Was Travis had to redo that reaction, and it took us like an hour for Travis to re-get that reaction, and it put us behind for the entire first week because of that accident.
We didn't have quite that long of a period that really took. I think our longest might have been like 15-20 minutes where we had like a delay. I hate to say it again. Our producer was really good. I shout out to Eric. Like he was clear about what he wanted. You know what I mean? Like, this is what I need out of this.
But too clear.
Yeah, Jason hates direction. Let's just go with that. He wasn't too fucking clear. Jason's just like, don't tell me what to fucking do.
I just want to fucking make the food.
So that's what I was going to say. By week 1 or 2, you're sitting there like, okay, this is TV. I get it. I got to say it like this. I got to say it by this. But then you realize that, like, you're kind of changing the story a little bit. When you're actually in the moment, because for me, I wanted people to see what it was really like for us on the pirate ship when shit's going down. Like, this is how sweaty I am. This is how I talk. Like, if I say it like this and you don't catch it, I'm sorry, but I can't redo that.
Right.
I can't redo that. I'll try for you. I'm not going to be happy about it because I still have customers in line right now and stuff. You know what I mean? But so at the beginning, TV, it was awesome. We got to play ball. You know what I mean? This is the first time experience. But then it was like, no, I want my story to be legit. I want people to see that I just burned the hell out of myself in this flat top because I'm grinding away for 100 people or whatever the hell it is. And if I say some things, like, that's my reaction. You trying to get something else out of me changes the narrative. And then you're kind of have a battle. You're at the battle. You're in a battle with them because you understand that they're trying to get their story, but you want your own story to be heard because you realize that your producer's entire job is to pull a story out, right? All of us, the Great Food Truck Race isn't based upon their own huge story. It's about whose story is this? What does this team do against this team? What's you know what I mean? That's
yeah. I think you said it the best right there.
Story, you know what I mean? Yeah. So it was like those little things towards the end that was the biggest thing. I want you to know that I'm freaking exhausted right now. I've been on the road for freaking 35 days. Like, this is how I actually
sitting
feel.
In the interview room for 4 hours.
4 hours. Listen, all right. Here's a good one for you. The first week, the first interview, I've never been in lights like that, right? So you got the sun beating down on you in this little 2 of these big things. I've never been in like that, and I got concussion snowboarding when I was a lot younger, living in Colorado, where it fucked me up. I literally, dude, I'm sitting in an interview. I got Panda right in front of me. I got whoever. I'm sorry, I can't remember the sound guy, but whoever the sound guy is, and my producer Mike, and all of us, and it was it. I threw up probably 8 times. I'd have to get up that chair, go straight to the trash can in front of complete strangers that I just met, and I'm vomiting. And I'd go sit back in the chair, and I would play a straight face. So my whole week 1 interview is me like getting sick and stuff.
Damn.
Yeah. So, but it was like that. But it took us. Our average interview was probably 6 to 7 hours.
6 to 7 hours in the first week.
Keep in mind they had Sophie, and I feel like Sophie's.
Well, no,
Sophie,
in the
Sophie
No,
does
no,
drag
time
some
out.
shit out. I love you, Sophie.
Yeah.
You drag some
Week
shit
1,
out.
2, and 3, I had Mike. Mike has never worked on the show before. He's the producer for Best Thing I Ever Ate. He was asked to work on this show as a favor from the new EP Jeff, who was filming our season. So he had never worked on the show. Him and Eric were actually requested by Jeff to come and work for him. So Mike was, this is his first time on the show, and he was just, he's still, I talk to him 4 times a week. Like, I love the guy.
But Mike had your 6-hour interview.
No, Mike actually had our, like, I said average 6 hours because we did 7, but Mike would take about 4 to 5 hours. And then from week 4 until we got eliminated, we had Sophie. And Sophie, I love you, but a 7 to 8 hour interview is like, bro, what are you doing?
I remember
Like,
that.
That's longer than the work day, bro.
dude, man.
We would go in for like second half of the day. Like they split it up. We would go in for like second half of the day interviews. And
Eric
Sophie
didn't want to get us up early, but he didn't want us to be there late. So we got
Right.
he put us
Eric's
in the middle
what's
slot.
up. Eric knows what's up.
But whoever was interviewing with Sophie was usually there longer, and it was just like, yeah, who's in there? Yeah, oh, that sucks.
Yeah,
That's
that's terrible.
I mean, but again, maybe they got more airtime. I don't know.
Who knows?
Who knows? So, all right, getting
whatever,
back to the show.
Going back to like in the interview you did previously, was it like being corralled together, like in those first couple states, like where you guys were like head to head? Like we only had that one time, and then the rest of the time, like you had to fend for yourself. Do you think it's more competitive? Well, obviously it's more competitive when you're side by side. The difficulty level is what I'm looking for. Like, what did you think about being corralled together as opposed to like when you had to fend for yourself?
So, it was a lot of, I don't know, man. It was super mixed emotions, okay? Because being corralled together, like I said at the beginning, it was brand versus brand. It was when you look at a line of food trucks. Do I want New Orleans food? Do I want a hot dog? Do I want some tots? Do I want a burger?
Do I want a slider?
What do I want? So you're going against the brand. But what you also have going for you there is somebody like Travis. Somebody. If you have a good seller, if you have a guy out there who can hustle it, who can make the crowd not become just because of the food, but because of the experience, then you got something there. And I knew we had that. And I really, the first couple of weeks, I wanted to see what the other trucks were doing. I was honestly terrified for having to find my own location and then trying to bring in customers there. If we all merge together, of course people are going to come. You know what I mean? This is a food network. These are cameras everywhere. And honestly, word gets out. You're not allowed to say it yourself, but the network let people know shit, right? So I liked being together. I think it was really hard, and that's why I know the creations did so good those couple weeks, because it's a food-based thing. I want beignets. Hell, dude, if I saw 9 trucks right there, I want beignets.
Like, I'm from
that's the
New
boot,
Orleans.
bro.
I'm from New
Yeah,
Orleans.
I feel it, dude. That's some of my favorite cuisine in the world. Like, even if Rolling's parked there, I'm going to get a fucking beignet or a shrimp po' boy. That's my shit, right?
I'll park next to you. We do different things.
This is freaking spring break in Florida, Florida, and the South. Whoever's coming to tourists there, they want to get some Louisiana street. You know what I mean?
And I don't understand it. I don't understand it. I know why, but it doesn't click in my brain. Like, you know what I want? I want some hot ass soup with rice in the middle. It's like 300 degrees out here. Let me eat that
fuck
shit.
me up with some jambalaya.
Why? Why is that? Why is that? Like, the further you go south, I just want spicy. Like,
dude, you got me. You got that heat. You got sweat already coming. I don't know. You eat that spicy shit, I'm gonna jump in some water. You know what I mean?
Like, I don't understand it. I mean, I lived that life, but I still don't understand it.
Maybe it's just like you're already hot. How much worse could it be?
Right. Hey,
I'm already sweating.
Fuck this. I'm taking my pants off next.
So Tampa's our worst city because we had to find our own location. Tampa's one of the biggest food truck cities in the country. They got laws. Breweries in Tampa are under contract with food trucks. So whereas, like, if you're trying to walk in there as a new food truck into Tampa, breweries literally told us, man, if we did that, we'd let you park here, 5 food trucks would get fucked and they would void their contract on. Like, there's literally rules that don't apply anywhere else in Tampa. And that was our very first city that they required us. network didn't know that. The network didn't really know that. I had to get Eddie involved in one of these calls with the guy who runs food. Tampa. No, I don't want to get that.
It's okay.
It was real bad. Tampa was tough. I don't want to get anybody in trouble.
We were in LA, man. Like, we were parking in places and they were trying to kick us out.
Oh, dude, every fucking time I got cussed out. We got like, dude, Baby Got Mac had the cops called on him. Honestly, I love you, baby, and that's probably why you guys got eliminated that particular week. But they got fucked, man. They got people calling cops on them and shit. And you know, like, they came and they booted them out. Like, Tampa was tough. Finding your own locations was tough. So I think finding your own locations was tough.
Hold on real fast. Like, we were like super cool talking about Baby Got Mac and Brunch Babes. They actually came to our truck like when we were in their area. And like they supported us, like, because like, you know, we're in Southern California, and like they came out and they supported us, you know, and I thought that was fantastic. Like they don't even know us, they just know that we're on the show, and like they came out and like
so here you go. So right when you guys started, when you guys all got all picked, a lot of your producers, right, were a lot of our producers, a lot of our friends, and when it was right after the show, so we're still texting everybody, and so we knew which trucks you guys all got. We knew the concepts and everything. And all of us on season 10, we all picked a truck to win your guys' season. So we're texting our producers and we're following you guys.
Oh, they told us there was a pool.
Yeah, we had a pool, and whoever lost, whoever won, everybody else had to wear their logo and shit.
Nice.
So I had your guys' truck. You guys were my team because you guys.
I'm sorry.
Truck and shit.
I am sorry, sir.
Bro, you guys made me proud. It was like,
oh, what a horrible time to cut out.
You cut out.
Say whatever praise you were going to say about us again.
Yes, please praise us one more time. Wait.
Fight. You guys I talked some shit on your guys' behalf to our big pool.
No, like, and I can tell you this: Tyler never fucked our name up.
That's not easy to fuck up. That's, you know what I mean. Like,
they were like, when we were doing the interview process, they're like, doesn't that offend some people? And I was like, probably, but I mean, it's a term of endearment to us,
right?
Like, get on board, man. I'm gonna jump down because your style is a lot like our style. Like, it's cheat day food, man. Like, we're not here for a long time. Let's do this. Like, it's
dude, if you want to eat a vegan truck, you better come to an event that has a vegan truck next to me. And I'm all for them. They're my friends. You know what I mean? But my niche is this. If you were a restaurant trying to create every type of food, trying to be the healthy guy and the indulgent guy and the dessert guy and the pizza guy, good fucking luck. You know what I mean? It's called a mini mall shop. I don't fucking know. But
like
I want indulgent food.
Yeah, I'm with you. But like we do indulgent food in every style because like. Yeah, the pig's our logo, and we love us some bacon. Don't get me wrong.
Right.
But like we have a video coming up soon. Like we did this is it burritos?
Taco de burritos de consomme.
Dennis, get it in there.
Yeah. Taco burrito de consomme.
So basically, so like we did this whole thing. The video's coming out in the middle of editing right now. And like we do like a drunken voiceover, it's fantastic. You'll love it.
We're working on the drunken part.
Yeah, we're working on that right now, so we can go into the office and finish this edit. But
right, I'm going to jump in because you mentioned that Tampa was your least favorite city, and one of our questions on here was, what was your favorite city?
Oh, well, like favorite city or favorite because of the show?
Either one.
The favorite city you visited on the show.
Favorite city I visited was Fort Myers.
Yeah?
Fort Myers, like when you broke that southern line, it became like northern Florida. And I didn't know this because, like I said, I'm not really from that area at all. I've only been there a couple times. But once you break that southern line, it's like the Caribbean down there.
Yeah, my sister lives in Fort Myers.
Dude, and Fort Myers is a small niche, right? Yeah. And it's right on the Gulf, so you got the nice water, and it's a small community, but kind of big at the same time. It's close enough to Miami. It's close enough up there. And like I said, it was that new Caribbean climate. It was fucking sweet. And I had never been around alligators before. We went to this alligator pit out there.
I saw that.
Yeah. I liked it. I like the weather down there the most, but I'm not a huge, big city guy. Like, I think it's just too much hustle and bustle. That's more of a place like to vacation to than live. But for the show purposes, Daytona was my favorite. I mean, Soul Food Collected had the VIP suite and the Hard Rock right on the beach. We won Daytona.
Didn't you guys drive the trucks on the track?
So I applied for Guinness, but Travis is the first person to ever drive a food truck on Daytona International Speedway in Rolling Indulgence. So he was the first one. I'm all about it, dude. I'm a NASCAR fan, so I'm all about it. Like it was, we had no fucking idea. We had no idea.
Wait. Did you say you applied for Guinness? Like Guinness World Records?
Yeah, bro. Yeah.
I love it, but I just wanted to clarify because like
the
it's
first
almost like we
truck,
skipped
the
over
first
that.
food
Like,
truck
on Daytona International Speedway, I feel like that's dope, right?
And you have it on video. Like it's not like they can, like, hey, this happened.
It's irrefutable.
This happened. Yes,
millions of people saw it, type of thing.
I felt like you skipped over that. Like it was just like, hey, I applied for Guinness, but by the way, blah blah blah, and like, whoa.
It's like the show thing. Like you apply, you never think it's going to happen. Actually,
right.
I want like a little small blurb just on a page somewhere that says, Rolling Indulgence.
No, man, like that's like I want a sticker that goes on the side of your truck, like
no shit,
Guinness Book of World
Records.
That would be super dope.
I don't know.
So anyway, I applied up there. It costs like $200 just to apply for
Really?
Guinness. Yeah, man. So, but why not? So I did that because I thought it was pretty sweet. Because I driving on there, man. They didn't tell us.
If you're gonna throw $200 at something, throw it at the Guinness Book of World Records.
Do that. Why not? But the embankment, they tried to have to go up this embankment, and dude, we got flour, we got fryer oil currently in our fryer and shit. Shit. Travis goes on the radio and he's like, "I'm not fucking doing this, and he goes back down, and the lead car, pace car, has to literally go with him. NOLA Creations, all their flour flew on their entire side of their truck. They had to spend an hour and a half cleaning their entire truck because of
we had a spill.
I'm sure. I'm sure.
Because us cooking that much bacon on the flat top, like at one point, like I guess it was that in LA? I think it was in LA or San Diego. Like the grease trap, like the catch from the flat top shot out onto the the floor of the truck, dude. And like, dude, it took us forever to clean that shit up.
I'm fucking sure.
Eddie walked by. We had the back door open at the commissary. Eddie walked by, looked, and just shook his head and kept walking. He was like, "We're there with like deck scrubbers." Like, it's like, why don't we have any hot water? Like,
man, that sucks, dude. That sucks big time.
I blame you. It was your truck first.
Listen, bro, probably my fault. I probably broke something on there. I fucking beated that flat top for a second.
Man, all right. So, all right, in your entire season, what was the worst challenge?
The worst challenge,
because there's a challenge in every city. We know that.
Oh, for sure. 2 challenges in some of them.
Yeah, some of them. Yeah.
Oh, there you go. Okay, the salted peanuts.
Is that Jess?
That was Jess. Yeah.
Tell her to sit her ass down.
Come on, Jess. I only got one set of headphones.
It's okay. We can still hear. Hey, Jess.
Hey.
It's Team Fat Kid. I'm Jason. This is Alex.
Hi.
How are you?
Good. How are you?
Doing well. Okay, so you're talking about the salted peanut. The salted peanut challenge was the worst one?
They were boiled peanuts.
peanuts.
We were in Hilton Head, and we've already had like an egg roll, shrimp, like bang bang egg roll on our menu.
Yeah.
But it just... So, like, the peanuts kind of, like, went in with the egg roll, no problem. It just sucked having to, like, sit there and peel them.
I had never used boiled peanuts. Like, I've just, like I said,
you're not from the South.
Exactly. I didn't even know what they were. They come out with this bag and it's like watered nuts.
Yeah,
and I'm sitting, and they're still in the shell. I'm sitting there like, what the fuck is this? Like,
it's fucking gross. They're disgusting.
I'm not a huge fan. You know what I mean? And this is also a barbecue challenge. This is also like this is in a challenge where we're already doing a barbecue week. Where our whole menu for this week had to be barbecue. So it was like these fucking boiled peanuts, and I take them out, and it's just these soggy, mushy things. I was like, "What the fuck am I supposed to do?"
Who eats that shit?
I know people eat them straight out of the can, so I mean,
this thing, man, like, oh, dude, people love them. People love them down there. I mean,
Why?
they just are. You got me, man. It's the same thing with alligator. Also, I guess that was another one. Alligator was another challenge in Fort Myers, and I opened the bag. Because they gave us this alligator. I opened the bag, and it just smelled so fucking weird, man. Like it was like I had alligator before, but I did not know what to do with this on 20 minutes. And this is in the middle of me selling. Like I was at Fort Myers and I was at Millennial Brew, and we had a line of probably about 70 people.
We never stopped that whole
it
day.
was our busiest day we ever had. So in the middle of this like 70 people line, they throw this alligator in there, and I open the bag, and it's like, I can't just throw this on my fucking menu. And I looked at our producer, and I'm like, what happens if I just throw this aside and I keep selling burgers? And he's like, let us know on camera if you're going to do that. So I did that. And we ended up taking second place in that week because I threw the alligator on the side. You know what I mean? And
Don't fuck with your brand, bro.
Exactly. So that one made me more upset than anything, because it was their timing. The challenges aren't necessarily so hard. It's the timing of the challenges, right?
We got hit first for the octopus, and we tried to do that shit right and boil it. And let me tell you, like, we needed like an hour and a half, and I think we had like 45 minutes. And I don't even think it was 45 minutes. It was like 40, and she showed up. And
honestly, I remember watching you guys do that, thinking like, oh, bro, you can't get octopus done like that.
No, like, how do you fucking get it done in that time? Luckily, we had like, they gave us the little babies in the with it. So I was like, and Eric was yelling at me, stop calling them babies. I was like, what the fuck are they then, man? Like, the little ones? Like, because I was like, the little ones got to be done now. Like, let's use those to make the dish for the judge. We still got to cook this big bastard.
Fuck, man. I that would have been one for me. That it's like, no, I'm throwing this shit aside. Like, I'm selling burgers right now, man. Like,
I think that's the reason why we got out of San Diego, is because we won that damn challenge.
We made it happen. Like, it worked out for us.
We got a
pause.
We got a pause.
No, you guys killed it on that.
No, we got... Look.
Okay, guys, so show aside, what is Rolling Indulgence getting into these days? I mean, I've seen the Instagram, I've seen your amazing burgers. Like, what do you got going on?
So, obviously, March, COVID changed the whole industry for a loop.
Yep.
We opened the truck last October. We were on the road October, November.
A little bit of December.
Tiny bit of December, but, winter out here is tough, so you're not really booking anything during that time. And I wanted to see how it was like to own our own food truck for the first couple months. And then I was going to spend a month or two just fine-tuning things, getting vendors figured out, working on permits for the next season, just getting ready to go. And starting in March or late February, we were going to hit the ground running. And then COVID just takes it away. So me and Jess had accumulated like 80 to 90 events.
Big stuff.
Big stuff. Festivals and that kind of thing. We were in the Kentucky Derby, so we were going to do 3 weeks of Kentucky Derby. Yeah. Good guys car show. So we just had these huge events. Wright-Patterson's a huge Air Force base out here. And out of about 90...
Dennis was stationed at Wright-Patterson.
Wright-Pat?
Oh, yeah.
So we did a week in October, and it was amazing. We went to Area B and A, which was just huge turnouts every day. And it was so... We had signed a contract for like 5 weeks with them, and then COVID happened. So basically, out of our 90 events, 80 of them canceled. Damn. So all of our big events for our very first season just stopped.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry to hear that, guys.
I mean, it is. You know what I mean. We're in the same boat as everybody else. But when Ohio shut down everything, when everybody went into lockdown, our restaurant that we were working at part time, that also shut down. So it was like, all right, well, we lost our day jobs. We lost all of our events rolling. So what do we kind of do now? So it was, let's figure it out. I asked my restaurant, I was like, hey, can I just park the food truck right outside of our steakhouse, which happens to be on a good road, and called the zoning commission. They were basically like, dude, nobody's at work. Nobody's working on zoning law. Just park there. Screw it. So for 2 months, we parked in the same location every day. And we were open pretty much 6 days a week, and we fine-tuned the truck and the menu for this, and we were on DoorDash, and
stop dropping shit, Jess.
Butterfingers.
It was just figuring it out. But now, basically, block parties are back. You know what I mean? So instead of festivals, people are doing block parties in their neighborhoods now, and that's kind of the new thing. So we're booking a lot of these neighborhoods. We're booking pools. Breweries are starting to finally get back. So instead of doing, 70 big events, 80 big events, we're just on the road nickel and diamond now. We're trying to do these small little days where we might only do 20 people, 30 people, or you might do 200 people, And every day is kind of different because we got we might shut down the state again. So everybody's kind of fearful of going out and stuff. Nobody wants to book these big events. So we pretty much just looked at it like, let's get through 2020. Let's book every little thing we can. Let's try to be on the road every single day. We pretty much all quit our full-time jobs. So we're just grinding it out and rolling, So that's pretty much what we're doing. I mean, we're just trying to grind it.
Like, I understand, like, the pandemic, because, like, our truck would be open right now if we didn't
Right.
have to, like, it took us like
The
two
DMV was closed.
2 months to get license
Right,
plates.
like you couldn't even get
To
to
register
the
get
vehicle.
anything.
Now that I'm
Right.
legal now, I'll tell you, I've been driving that thing unregistered for like 4 months, like until recently.
But like the
there's
fire
nothing you can
marshal
do.
in our state won't even inspect the truck unless it's registered, and like we couldn't get
Right.
it registered. So now we're moving along. We got through the DMV. We got like our fire marshal permit. Like the business license is in the works. We had to get some background checks done at the police department. Like
Yep.
our last hurdle is the health department, and then like hopefully we can get that knocked out in the next week or so, and we can actually open up. I did send you pictures.
I was about to say, dude, we were looking
at
it. I didn't know if
them.
I was allowed to talk about that. It looks incredible. It
Like-
looks amazing.
I was trying to see. I wanted to see the inside.
Oh,
What was that?
I'll send you. It was a uniform
There's a
delivery
picture.
truck, and I'll send you.
Okay.
More, I'll send you when we get done here. I'll send you some more pictures of the inside. Like we built the inside brand new. Like
It looks brand new.
It looks like,
It's
it looks
beautiful.
amazing. I'm
we know
super
people.
excited.
The truck
always
is not the
helps.
truck. The truck itself is not brand new.
So
Don't let it
so
fool
going
you.
back to
You're
like
right.
like your design of the truck. Like I don't want to backtrack that far and go back to the show, but
We're
like,
doing it.
we're going to. We did like an homage to the show. Like our truck on the show, like wood grain, it had like the grill with the fire and stuff like that.
Yeah.
We kind of kept that same montage, and I wanted to ask you guys: do you get any like feedback, like, oh, your truck doesn't look like the truck from the show? Do they?
We do, but we get that.
I think it looks much
like
better,
the-
Jess. Sorry.
Yeah, that's what people say.
That's what people
that's the
say.
big thing is like, oh, it looks nothing like the show, but this looks better.
Yeah.
Yeah, and like
Which,
so.
that's I didn't want to be known. We didn't just want to be known as just from the Food Network. You know what I mean? Like we want this brand to be able to last longer than people don't. If people don't watch the show or haven't been a fan of the show or don't watch that, I still want them to see the truck and just be like, boom. So I'm kind of relying on the fact that this idea, this concept, you know what I mean, is just better.
Well,
Yeah,
like,
and
so-
it's more of our idea, not so much as like
Going
the
back
network.
to what you were talking about earlier, Drew, like about having a brand. Like we have a brand that we started like I guess like 2 years ago, or
Yeah.
maybe 3.
Sure.
And like we have like an online apparel company where you can buy like all these cool fucking shirts and like we think are cool. But
I fucking love them. Yeah.
but like they made us we call him Sid the pig. They made us remove him
Sid
for
the
the
pig, I
show
love that.
because they were like, oh, it's a brand that exists, and then like we would have to pay him like 70% of our
no,
income.
it was like-
something ridiculous.
It was something like 50% for 7 years.
yeah. It was. I was like, fuck that
Holy
shit. Yeah.
moly.
So like on the last fucking like days before we left, I think we had 3 days to get shirts made.
And by the way, it was a fucking weekend. Not like 3 days of like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. It was like Friday,
We
Saturday,
had
Sunday.
it was the same for us too. We literally had like 3 days to get shirts and everything we needed.
Dude, they waited. They waited until the last 2 before they said, yeah. So most of the. Oh, did nobody tell you that you got accepted? Yeah, you're actually on the show. You're leaving in 2 weeks. Like nobody actually told us that. You know what I mean? So it was. We had to get everything done within a matter of 4 or 5 days, as far as design went, as shirts, lays, all of our apparel. Like it was. Spend an extra couple $100 just to
Yeah.
do shit.
Yeah, expedited. That's
Yeah, like we ordered
Right.
we ordered shirts like this, and
Friday
then,
at like 4:00.
and then it's like you can't use that logo, and like fuck, man, like now I gotta find a local guy who can, and they're like
Right.
make sure the font's the same. Like fuck you, man. Like you're trying to match, you're trying to match the font to a truck. I'm trying to find somebody who will make a T-shirt overnight, like,
Right.
in 3 different sizes. Like, it's all right. So back, getting off this damn show. So how long it's like, I know you said it, but just to be clear, how long has Rolling Indulgence been operating in Dayton?
A total of
Since
7
last
months.
December, 7 months?
Yeah.
All right,
About
so
seven, we've been pushing strong for 7 months.
So
Right.
we kind of touched on this earlier, but I'm going to get into it because
I just want to get into the burgers
yep. Would you consider yourself a burger truck?
or a milkshake truck.
The truck itself is. So here, the rolling is, and I'm already actually working on a second truck.
Nice.
Rolling Rolling Indulgence is going to be like an umbrella. And, you know,
We feel
if
that.
you guys are chefs.
Yeah, we feel that.
You know, I've only been doing this for 7 months, and honestly, deep down, I'm kind of bored making just burger, fries, and shit. I love them, and I love the creativity of keep going and going and going. But I miss cooking a lot of the other stuff that I've been cooking for the last month.
I mean, you can only put so much on a burger.
Yeah,
Bullshit,
I love
Jess.
our burgers.
Bullshit, Jess.
Challenging.
Yeah,
I'm calling you out right now. We're gonna have a burger challenge online. We're just gonna Instagram it. Like, oh, anything you can do, I can do better.
She said. She said on a burger.
Oh,
I mean, like I get where you're going, but she said on a burger. I know where your head's at, Jason.
Disappointed.
Don't be me. I don't do the menu.
She's the front of the house, bro. Let him do the front of the house.
All right.
But so the next truck's going to be a breakfast and espresso truck. So it'll be the same wrap, but instead of the blue and the red or the blue and the pink or whatever, it'll be bright yellow and orange. And the girl, instead of eating a burger, she'll be drinking a tea.
I have two questions.
Another truck.
I have two questions about both trucks. If you're about to go into a second one. And it's really like a part A, part B. A, do you have the name trademarked or copyrighted? And B, if you do, what is it?
We about to steal that shit.
No. If you don't have it, don't fucking say it. But if you do, then like, what are your trucks' names going to be?
Well, it's actually already trademarked. Everything for us is already
There it
trademarked.
is. All right. So what do we got?
Well, that's what it is. It's Rolling Indulgence burgers and shakes, and then the next truck is Rolling Indulgence breakfast and espresso.
Okay,
And the next truck is Rolling Indulgence. Next truck is mac and cheese, and we're playing.
Oh, you're gonna challenge Baby Got Mac? You heard it here first.
I'm not checking. You guys know better than anybody. LA is one of the hardest places to start your brand new food truck. So I'm gonna help give Baby Got Mac hopefully a platform to start their own truck out there. And I want Clinton to jump out here and then work on this truck originally, help me with the menu and everything. And I'm going to pay Clinton and everything. And I want to get their dream going and help them do it.
Respect, sir.
Respect. Also, a mac and cheese truck, it's kind of a no-brainer. Like, he can have LA, he can have Cali. I'm not going to ever poach on that out there, you know what I mean? But Ohio needs a mac and cheese truck, too. Like,
let's talk about Southern California in July and when you're in fucking Palm Springs.
Yeah, no way.
Fuck
no
that.
way, bro.
Fuck that.
I can't even imagine. You're in a hot box. I temped my truck the other day at 140 degrees, and I'm just in Ohio right now in the middle of summer.
Did you see Eddie's post at like 160?
Yeah.
160 on
oh my
that
God.
temp, dude.
At that point in time, you're wringing out your underwear, bro. even if you're wearing a thong, you're still wringing that out.
Yeah, shit, dude. Some of these events are making us wear face masks even when we're cooking and shit.
No, I mean, I get
I
it.
want to picture 150 degrees with a fucking face mask over the grill.
Oh my God, you're
like,
dying.
Yeah, like listeners, it's terrible. You know
The
what I mean?
worst.
Like, you're just
Amen.
nothing you can do.
All right, you ready for this? Yeah, I mean, you don't have a choice, so fuck it. Burger,
yeah.
we're getting
Go
into burger math, sir. What in your mind has to be there in order for it to be a burger?
Combination of meat. Combination and a mix of meat. I don't think you can just rely on chuck. I don't think you can just rely on, pork or whatever. It's a mixture combination. So I won't say percentage or anything, but we use ribeye, we use brisket, and we use chuck. And we combined all three together.
I fucking
we add
love
butter
you.
in there. that every base, no matter what. Basically, the concept of our burger is to be put it on a bun, eat it, and it tastes good. I don't give a shit what else you put on top. It's just that meat that I want. It's juicy in the butter, so I add fat content in there. I add lean stuff in there.
I'm gonna throw you a bone because I love you, and our burger is not a secret. We throw it out there. The difference is that we make it with love. But our burger is a 40-30-30, and it's 40% chuck, 30% ribeye, 30% bacon. Trust
that's fucking fire.
Trust me, like
Double grind, by the way.
Yeah, double grind.
Let's get
And
into it.
we couldn't do it on the truck and the show. Obviously, like they give you $200, and like shit, it's chuck and bacon. Like it's like this is all we got money for. Like you can't go and buy a ribeye loin.
You're not buying fucking ribeye. And
No way.
Dude, our burgers now are way different than the show. Like I feel bad for the people who had rolling burgers on the show. You know what I mean? Like that's not who we were.
Rolling Indulgence apologizes for everybody who was in Daytona and had that damn burger. But you were all
Especially
getting Monte
Daytona.
Cristos anyway. It doesn't matter.
That's
Sorry.
fucked up. I'm sorry, guys.
On burgers, so Jason has 2 pet peeves that I want to touch
all right.
on. And
So-
I want to know your opinion on brioche buns and ketchup. Because Jason fucking hates both.
Facts.
I use scored brioche buns. Those are my buns.
See,
I love brioche buns.
if I
I
wanted,
do butter and garlic
if I wanted a
and
donut, I
toast
would
off.
order a donut.
All
I
right.
feel it, but I want that consistency. I want that weight. I want it to be able to hold that weight. You
I
know, and you can
agree.
use a
I
Kaiser, you can
agree.
use a
But
pretzel.
there's so many different buns out there that will hold the weight of a burger as long as it's toasted correctly.
Totally right. Totally right.
He just
Sometimes
despises
I don't have time to
brioche.
toast 200 people.
And
a
it's
piece.
everywhere. Everyone uses a brioche bun. Like, when the fuck did this happen? And why didn't I get a memo?
Yeah, you did. You're in the
You're totally
industry.
fucking right,
You got
dude.
a memo. You probably got like 18 that you
I
deleted.
got the email and I just deleted that shit. Like, fuck brioche. Like, it's-
So, all right, how about ketchup? What are your
I'm fucking switching.
what are your
You know,
thoughts on
I grew up
ketchup?
eating Hawaiian rolls. Like, those are our buns.
okay,
Hawaiian
alright.
okay.
We don't
That's
put
not
ketchup
brioche
on
I
our
don't
though.
put
burgers.
ketchup on that shit.
That is not brioche.
I don't even make sauces with ketchup.
Yeah,
No, I know.
well,
I
yeah.
totally get it. But that was, I started out with that, and it was honestly, it's my weight thing. My burgers, it's about a pound total. When everything's on there, it's a pound and a little bit.
Smart
And to hold
man right
that
there.
weight, like it's fucking. There's only a few breads that can actually hold it. And when you're in a to-go box and you're 10 minutes deep after it fucking going like this in your car and shit, like that brioche bun, it holds it. It's like an accompaniment.
So
And I love them.
we've seen
I
your
will agree to
Ketchup,
disagree
though,
with
I'm
you,
on you.
sir.
we've seen your Instagram. We know that you have a lot of beautiful burgers, and Jason's gonna hate the fact that I said beautiful, but he'll get over it. What's your current favorite burger?
Oh man, the double D.
I saw the double D on the Instagram, man. Damn right.
Yeah,
Sorry, I get a little excited.
that's my guy.
He doesn't
It's,
follow you
I
or
put
anything. I
garlic,
mean,
rosemary, Parmesan fries on top of the burger.
Oh,
2
in
pieces
the
of
burger.
cheddar American,
Like-
Yeah.
Redneck
the-
lettuce.
The patties here, French fries,
Exactly.
cheese, patty. Then I do brown sugar bacon on this one. Brown sugar bacon, more cheese and shit. And our signature sauce, cheese, tomatoes, pickles. And I use these giant freaking crunchy dills. Like that burger for me is that's my
Okay,
I'm looking
real
at it
fast,
right
real
now.
fast. While we're giving everybody a food porngasm, the Rolling Indulgence Instagram is rolling_indulgence. You guys got to check this shit out because it's fucking amazing. The burgers he's putting out,
we love burgers. Let's just go with that. I mean,
like,
like
every time he
I
puts out
wanna
a
try
burger.
yours.
And now I'm gonna jump a little ahead because you got that tortilla wrapped one that just came out like this week, right?
All right, that's what I. That's what I.
Yeah, it's-
We're still trying to figure out like an official name
official
for
name for it. But that one of my favorite things we get at Taco Bell is the Crunchwrap Supreme.
Right.
That's my shit.
Go.
Like, I get a Crunchwrap Supreme. I love it. So I created a Crunchwrap Supreme burger, but I realized I fucked up and I put teriyaki on tortilla the other day, and I never had that before.
Me
Fucking love
either.
it. I love it. So I made a teriyaki Crunchwrap Burger Supreme, and this thing is just folded.
It's like
onto
a
the burger, and it's
fucking
just gushing with
Mexican,
everything
Japanese
inside.
fusion fucking deliciousness.
It is. It's so
I tear it off in just bacon rendering, so I save the bacon fat and then I dip it in the bacon fat and put it straight on the grill, so that entire crust is like just this fucking bacon thing and teriyaki in the middle. It's like that. Honestly, that's probably my new favorite burger, but I don't know if you can really call that a burger. So
Like
that's
the
it. That's
fat
just
kid in me
shit.
is like jumping
Hand
for
pie.
joy, bro. Like I was
Oh,
like,
dude, it's
yes,
fire.
I want
It's
I
good.
want all of that.
That's a hand pie.
It's good. I'm a huge teriyaki fan. I grew up, like I said, California. Pineapples are huge for me, so I love
Right.
pineapple teriyaki. It's one of my old school favorite burgers. I always get a red robin and everything.
so we're talking about all
I
these
like
burgers.
pineapple.
What do you think is your
Burgers.
What do you think is your biggest burger feat? Like, what's like the most? Maybe not the best, because we've done some things that have been great, but are not the best things we've done. What's the most like extravagant feat you've done with a burger?
So doing these, I do cubes of butter. So I'll get a pound of butter, and I'll cut it into giant cubes. And when I take my 3 meats, I'll put giant cubes inside these inside these burgers, and inside the butter, I'll stuff like this little bit of seasoning in there. So when the burger starts to melt, it forms these giant fucking butter pockets inside your burger. And then there's the little seasoning pockets, and those seasoning pockets are different seasonings than I would coat the burger in. So I have a little pocket of like paprika. I'll have a little pocket of dehydrated garlic.
Don't look at me like that. You just keep you keep looking at me. I'm listening too.
I'm stealing.
I'm
not into you. I'm stealing some of this shit, bro.
Dude, try it out. These are fucking, dude, we're scientists, man. But so when the burger breaks down on the grill, and you know, I'm a big believer in you turn that shit one time and that's it. You know what I mean?
You got to get crusty on both sides.
Sear, flip, eat it. So when it forms these burger pockets, you might get a bite that, and then it formed a huge gushy butter pocket, but then you get all this thyme in your mouth. The next bite, you'll get a gushy pocket, but it's all this garlic. And the next bite is this paprika kind of thing. So it's like an experience inside a burger. You can literally create a meal inside of the burger. When I figured that out, now these are giant fucking burgers, right? These are
right.
like 9 ounce
1
burgers.
pound.
All this shit in there. Right, yeah. They're 9, yeah. And then you still got to put toppings on it too. But that, for me, when I figured out 3 different types of meat and putting these giant, literally flavor packets inside these burgers. Now, problem is you can't do that to scale. So I can't do that for 200 people in a day, and then I have another event the next morning or whatever. It's just I don't have a team.
Butter's not cheap, bro.
So I do it as butter's not cheap at all, man. Like, and you eat good shit, dude. Right? So it's like your cost. So I'll do that for a special. I'll do that for something, you know, like a competition or whatever. But that right there, in my opinion, is one of the best burgers you could ever create because it has that experience of just what the fuck is that? You know what I mean?
No, I totally get it. And like, not to segue back to the show, but I'm going to do it. Bacon is fucking expensive in Southern California. And like, we spent half of our budget on bacon. It's like, and then people were like, did you buy all the bacon? I was like, I fucking hope so, because that means you didn't get any. Like, we were bogarting the bread aisle to stop the fucking toast truck from getting bread before we got bread. Like,
oh, dude, I feel that was smart as shit. Hey,
Oh my God.
genius. That was smart.
Yeah.
like
I did that to the fry truck one time. We went against the people fry. I love the people's fry.
Yeah, the people's fry.
Frankenslides. And the tater
So we all
tots.
served fry. We had like 5 trucks that served fries. So I went into Sam's one day and I had all the fucking fries up.
Yeah, we were all fighting for fries.
They had to make some other shit, man.
Damn right. Like, I'll sell you fries. Is that cool?
I do what you gotta
There's a
do.
markup. Does that work in my till? If I sell them fries, does that work in my till? Because there's about to be a fucking $500 markup on these bitches. Like,
But we ended up pulling some shit where we ended up trading some stuff with some other teams that were in a dire need. You know, we were in a dire need too. Like, I didn't have powdered sugar one time, so I did a straight trade. But that trade was way more beneficial for us than it would have been for them. You know what I mean? So it's like, it's grind, dude.
all right, guys. Your food is very similar to our style. Like, I mean, that's where this whole podcast stemmed from. Like, we are every day's a cheat day kind of team. Where do you guys get your inspiration from? I guess is what I'm looking for. Like where do you pull these ideas? Like, is this just in your mind, like while you're sleeping and you wake up in the middle of the night, you know what? I should season butter and shove this shit in the middle of a burger. Like where do you get these ideas?
I'm a creativity guy, man. I never kind of lost that thing in me that I'm still a kid, you know. So if you're a kid, you're
Facts.
always like, oh, that'd be really cool. Oh, that'd be really sweet. You know what I mean? Oh, can you imagine if they did this? Basically, I'm living. Can you believe this?
Living the dream.
Can you imagine if they did that? That's what Rolling Indulgence is.
Nice.
It's like sometimes it doesn't work. Sometimes it's weird fucking flavors that you don't see because it just doesn't work. You know what I mean? But you got to push the boundaries. You got to put shit on stuff that normally wouldn't go on there and try it yourself. And if it's delicious, run with it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or let other people try. So I wake up every day and it's just like, what weird shit can I create today? Like, what new thing? What weird thing? What combination?
I
You
can
know what
attest
mean?
to that. Like, his mind is constantly going.
I'm excited.
And
Constant.
milkshakes is super fun because you can do whatever the fuck flavor, right? Like that lavender milkshake. Like, there's a bunch of different shit you could do. So it's just try it. And
I'm
it's
excited
living,
to see what
like,
the hell you do at breakfast, sir. Because I know that's going to be
Me too.
epic.
The Monte Cristo will be a staple for our breakfast truck.
Yes.
That'll.
It's going to make a return,
that is
people.
coming to reality.
It's going to make a
Yeah.
return, people.
It's gonna make a return.
Monte Cristo is something everybody should have, and these are tortilla wrap Monte Cristos instead of sandwich bakes.
Oh, I like what you're doing there. A little, I can see like
Making
the cinnamon and
them the
sugar on
sushi rolls.
top. Like, yeah. I'm with you on
Raspberry
that.
sauce and
Yes. The Melba sauce that you make. throw that on there.
Yeah, that's honestly that's what it is. That's the kicker. You put some sauce and powdered sugar with ham and turkey and Swiss cheese. It's like, what the fuck is this? But oh shit, it's delicious.
Yeah, right.
But that's something you can stem with. That's something you put blackberry sauce on. You could put fucking corned beef instead of turkey. You could do a lot of different shit with that. Your batter could be a tempura batter instead of a donut batter. Like I love them because it's the most versatile thing there is. Like dessert wise, you can create a sandwich out of a deep fried it.
I get it. I'm down.
So I know that we've talked a lot about the show. We've talked a lot about trucks and kitchens in general, but let's talk a little bit about you. How do people find Rolling Indulgence? Like social media plugs? Like, do you have a website? How do they get to your food truck?
Yeah, so we're on rollingindulgence.com. You come to our website. We update the menu all the time. We update the schedule list all the time. We're on streetfoodfinder.com. So the Street Food Finder, you log in there, create a little profile, and you can follow every single food truck in your entire area, and that'll pinpoint a map and see where we're always at on our menu. You can order live from there. When we're parked outside of Carver's for set periods of time, we are on DoorDash, so you can go to DoorDash and Rolling Indulgence DoorDash. Facebook, we're Rolling Indulgence 50s Diner Truck on Facebook, and we always update our Facebook. Instagram, we're Rolling_Indulgence on Instagram. You can always follow our Instagram. We update it with our new menu items. We don't really do the schedule on there, but we do update Facebook and our website and Street Food Finder. So there's a lot of kind of avenues to find us, and you can always give us a call. You know, we're always open to talk to people and answer any questions.
We're also on Twitter, TikTok, pretty much everything.
Everything other than Snapchat. We're not on Snap.
Not yet.
Not yet.
We're working on that, but not yet.
Yeah, we didn't really go that road either. I'm with you there. So, do you guys have anything that's coming up for Rolling Indulgence? Any like secrets that you might, want to? Obviously, you've talked about opening 2 new trucks, but is there anything you've got hidden?
So we are working on 2 trucks. We're also working on doing a little film and a little trip, and we're gonna get basically a lot of the other trucks from a lot of the other seasons, our season, and we're gonna link back up with them, and we're gonna get our truck on and do a road trip, and we're gonna meet these people and people like yourselves. Like, I want to see you guys in person, and I want to be able to have our trucks kind of next to each other.
You let us know when you
And
plan on doing this.
Each state, every place we go.
I don't know if we'll be fiscally able to make this happen because we are opening now, but whenever you do that, I'm very interested in joining you.
Yeah, I think it'll be big for a lot of us.
We will shoot a video too. Let me tell you, like, you want to make a cross country road trip, we will join you.
Hopefully our shit makes it. The meat wagon is important.
I got a sweet camera guy. Our producers from our show, you know, I'm in touch with a lot that are willing to kind of help out and stuff and put something together. But we're literally in a business that we're meant to travel. We're meant to be meeting people. You know what I mean? And between our 12 seasons, there's a lot of us that are out there right now that are either didn't get their truck because they just couldn't do it. They still love it. They still have all these stories. And I want to be able to take our trucks or our truck and go to all these neat cities and film this little thing and meet them. And the first season might only be like 5 or 6 trucks, 7 trucks. You know what I mean? All within maybe just East Coast, because it'd be a bitch to get out to California right now with our trucks. But
this could be a great Food Network pitch, bro.
Yeah, maybe we should just film this and hold it, you know?
Right, that's what I mean. Like, I think people and fans and anybody, now you don't have to be a fan of the show. You kind of want to keep updates and tabs on what these people are doing, what we're doing and stuff. You know what I mean? It's really cool. You guys doing this awesome podcast. We have a truck going. Baby Brunch Babes got their truck going. Brazen the South's doing it. All over the country, but we're all connected. You know what I mean? And for all the people that didn't actually get their trucks, it'd be really cool to go to their hometown and let them on our trucks and let them run their feature or whatever, and we'll film it. And you know what I mean?
Fucking hang out, bro.
And honestly, it's good business. It brings us events and places we would never have, and it gets our name out there a little bit more, and there's a lot of upside to it. So I think we are working on that. Brunch Babes and Nola Creations from our season both got their trucks. I just went down to Louisiana and hung out with Daryl for a day and surprised him.
I mean, you could have let me know, bro. I might have been able to swing down there with you. I know people. We could have stayed at my mom and dad's house. We'd have been fine.
So Jess's mom actually lives in Houston. I woke up one day, and me and Jess basically woke up, and we were like, I'm craving barbecue. Let's just get a car and drive down to Houston and try some barbecue. So that's what we did. We got in the car, and we drove down to Houston. We stopped in Louisiana on the way. Didn't even tell Nola Creations I was coming in. We went to their food truck. I FaceTimed him. what's up, Daryl? How's it going? And then like 5 minutes into the talk, I went like this, and I showed him his truck in the background. He's like, what the fuck? What are you doing?
Nice, nice. That's awesome.
It was sweet.
It was awesome.
Dude,
But like these people like we're all like-minded. You know what I mean? We're all connected, and I want to keep that going. I think that's still a good story people want to see. So we're definitely working on that. Like, honestly, it'd be fun to do like a little competition after the competition. Like, it would be fun to like link up and form an event out here. Would be really easy to book. Just getting 2 or 3, 4 of us here and saying like, pick your favorite truck. You know what I mean? Or do something like that. Spin off. I don't know. We're working on that though.
Hey,
As I said, we're down.
Definitely
we're
down.
So, thank you for coming on. And before we let you go,
I have one more question.
You got one? All right.
I'm pretty sure you cleared this up, but do you have a culinary school background, Drew? Or did you just came out of the
Barback position.
Barback?
Well, it was honestly a busboy. I started out from busboy to head chef, man, executive chef. Like I
love
went
the
through
story,
the grind.
man.
I did start going to culinary school. I went to culinary school for 2 months, and I worked in Colorado. And during this little stint of working in Colorado, I basically worked for a chef who told me, he said, "Man, I respect you going to culinary school, but I need you. And you could either learn from me every day and grind it out, or you can go spend all this money and go to culinary school," which I love. I got so much respect for people who'd finish it. I was never a big school guy. So
Yeah,
that
fucking
idea
man.
of just, okay, you're willing to give me all your knowledge and throw me through the grind and let me cook for 200, 300 people, like that for me sounded like a harder, or not even a harder, that was silly, a different road to take, an easier one, kind of. So I just grinded it out. So I spent the last 10, 12 years just grinding it out and working your way up and teaching yourself.
Brother,
I got the platform to have my own kitchen, and it became a university for me. It became my school.
I started off.
I let guests teach me.
I started off in the dish pit, and I'm a food and beverage director now. Like it's like I did 12 years as an executive chef. Like
Life experience.
it's.
Yeah.
I got
I
accepted.
got respect from both sides. You know
I got
what mean?
accepted to culinary school. I just never went.
That's fucking shit. I didn't. I had to fucking like pay all his fucking money and shit, and I ended up walking on it. You know, like that was my route. You know what I mean? That sounds like that was for us. I mean, if you're going to culinary school, if you're listening, still go if you want to go. Like, I'm not trying to tell you not to.
Right.
Like, it's for some people. For me, I'm a worker. I'm
with you on that.
I burn myself. I want to cut myself. And if you burn yourself, you can read about it. But if you cut yourself and burn yourself in real life, like, you'll learn how to move it on. Like,
Yep.
But so anyway, yeah.
Love you guys, man. Thank you for taking the time to come hang out with us on the podcast. Jess, Drew, man, you guys are amazing people. We look forward to doing more of these. Like, hey, we'll hit you up later on.
For sure.
Like, especially when you get the next truck rolling. I want to hear about that experience because Lord knows Drew's going to come up with some crazy ass brunch shit. And then Brunch Babe is going to be pissed off at Drew, and then we'll have to do a whole nother competition. It's going to be amazing.
Oh, we're ready. We're ready, babes. Ready for round 2. No, guys, it was awesome meeting you. We're super
good
pumped.
to meet you
We
guys.
really want to
Thank you,
come
guys.
meet you guys up there.
All right,
Yeah.
we'll be in touch. I'll see you on the gram. I'll shoot you my number with more pictures of the inside of the truck. We can text and do all kinds of cool shit. Thank you guys so much for being
sure.
on the
Awesome.
podcast. All right, guys. Thank you to Rolling Indulgence for coming on the podcast. It was Team Fat Kid Shoots Fat. Remember, like and subscribe. Fucking give us good marks and all that good shit. Alex, you're up.
As usual, guys, as he said, thank you for listening to Team Fat Kid Choose the Fat. You can find Team Fat Kid on Facebook at,
Team Fat Kid,
on Instagram at,
Team Fat Kid Nation,
on Twitter,
at Team Fat Kid 1,
on YouTube,
Team Fat Kid.
You're tripping up the butcher?
and
Let's do this.
And of course, you can find us online at www.teamfatkidnation.com for all of your apparel and knife needs, guys.
Remember, stay hungry.
Be creative.
And don't forget to sharpen your knives.
We out this bitch. Thank you, Rolling Indulgence.
Praise the Lord!